Hiya. Tell you a little bit about myself. My name's Chris. I've worked in building trade all my life, always been a fit, strong sort of fella. I'm 61 years old. Last Christmas I had a heart attack. Simple as that. Frightened everyone to death, including myself. My wife, my kids, grandkids, friends and relatives were all frightened to death for me. But I pulled through thanks to the NHS. Absolutely wonderful. I'm almost totally recovered now, but what I had to do was stop smoking. I was a heavy smoker. I used to roll my own cigarettes, about 40 a day. Loved a cigarette, absolutely loved a cigarette. One of my main pleasures in life was having my cigarette. Absolutely loved my cigarette, but I'd got to stop smoking. No ifs, no buts, I had to stop smoking. Simple as that. So I went along to a smoking cessation group that's run by the NHS. They advise you on different methods to stop smoking using what they call nicotine replacement therapy. One of them is patches, so I decided, well, I'll try the patches. So I got the patch, stuck it on. It puts nicotine into your body, which is supposed to take away the craving. In my case, I was allergic to them, and I came up in a big blister and it was sore, so they were no good. So the next thing I tried was a thing called an inhalator. This is an inhalator. Takes apart, you put a cartridge inside that contains nicotine, you put it in your mouth, and you walk around with that, sucking on it, looking like a complete prat, but nothing works. It doesn't work. Well, in my case it didn't work. It didn't taste like nicotine. It didn't seem to help me at all. All I ended up doing was actually sat chewing the damn thing, and I used to chew it till I chewed the mouthpiece off. And they're not cheap. If you were to use that day in, day out, every single day, it's more expensive than smoking. More expensive. The other thing is gums, chewing gums. This was my next option, so I started on the gum. This one's nicotinell gum. I started chewing these things. First thing that you notice is they taste bloody foul. Give you hiccups, you get terrible acid indigestion from them, but eventually you do get used to them and you overcome that. But you can get addicted to them. A friend of mine actually chewed these for 4 years. He chewed the damn things for 4 years. And to buy these every day, or on a daily basis, and chew them every day, works out more expensive than buying 20 fags a day. It does work out more expensive. What's the point? There's loads of different things. There's lozenges, there's things that you put under your tongue, all sorts. Nicotine replacement therapy. The people that are making these things are on a winner. They're making a fortune out of you, out of general public. They're absolutely making a fortune. The actual government figures, although they make it look much better, the actual figures is that of all the people that use nicotine replacement therapy to try to stop smoking, only 5% succeed. 95% fail, and 95% go back to smoking cigarettes after they've spent a fortune on these things. They end up smoking again. In my opinion, a complete and utter waste of time. This government should do something about this, because these people are making a fortune out of individuals that want to stop smoking. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Then surfing the internet and everything else, because the thing was, I had to stop smoking. It wasn't a case that I wanted to stop smoking. I didn't want to stop smoking. And a lot of people don't want to stop smoking. In here, they don't want to stop. They feel under pressure to stop, from the family, from the friends. All this talk and passive smoking, the fact that you can't smoke in public places anymore. Surfing the internet, I came across a thing called an electronic cigarette that is legal. There's no law against using one. You can use them in public places. You can use them in a pub. You could sit on a bus and use one. You could use one stood at a bus stop, walking around a shopping mall. In the airport you can use them. There's no law against it. There's no written law against it. The management of the establishments where you're using it might take offence and say, well, would you mind not doing that? And they're totally in the right to do that. But there is no law against doing it. And this is an electronic cigarette. Looks like a real cigarette. In actual fact, it's all electronic. It's in 3 parts. There's a battery involved, there's a mouthpiece, and there's a piece here that screws off. That's called an atomizer. And when they're all put together and used, it's like smoking a cigarette. Absolute heaven. Wonderful, wonderful invention. Fabulous invention. This one's called a Super E mini cigarette. This is what I call my bling cigarette. I love this one. Doesn't that look good? It looks great. Watch this. That's like smoking a cigarette. There's no difference. It doesn't quite taste exactly the same as a cigarette. It's got its own flavour. There's about 100 different flavours to choose from. You can choose from a tobacco sort of flavour, right through different fruits and chocolates and coffees, and you name it, you can get it. But if you're serious about wanting to stop smoking, or if you've got to stop smoking but don't want to stop smoking, this is a safe alternative. There's no harmful chemicals in it. There is nicotine, although the amount of nicotine that's in them, you can sort of have 0 nicotine and go right through to very strong, which is like a bit like smoking a cigar. It's that strong. But anything in between, from a silk cut, Benson and Hedges, you name it, you can have it in a electronic cigarette. So my advice to you, if you've got to stop smoking, or if you want to stop annoying people around you, or you're frightened of the passive smoking affecting your kids or anyone else in your home or anywhere else at the workplace, buy yourself an electronic cigarette. You will never ever regret it. They take a while to get used to, but once you're used to them, you will absolutely love it. In actual fact, I enjoy this much more than an ordinary cigarette, because it's clean, it doesn't smell. You don't smell of nicotine, you don't smell of tobacco smoke, and neither does your house. You can smoke it in your home and the air stays clean and fresh. There's no smell to it. So go along and buy an electronic cigarette. You'll not regret it, and happy vaping. Heaven. Bye.